Well, thank you for joining today. I'm Amy Ward Brimmer, and I offer this every Wednesday, midweek meditation. And being that it's the first one of 2023, I'm kind of having uppermost in my mind this idea of beginning again, starting over, starting anew, and cultivating beginner's mind. So whether you're really experienced with meditation or you're new to it or somewhere in between, let's all approach this as if it's the first time we've ever meditated. Because it's true that well, not for me, I have meditated once already today, but for many of us, this may be the first time we've meditated today. And it's the first time we've meditated in this room. So we can begin with an open, curious, fresh set of internal eyes, and maybe not think we know what's supposed to happen or what should happen or what we want to happen in meditation. I ran across a quote recently from the amazing Ruth Gordon, an actor who rarely minced words. And Ruth Gordon is quoted as saying, "We would all be happier if we could say, 'I don't know' more often and not fling so much crap around. Surrender and learn." So I took that as my my little guiding teaching for today. I'm passing it on to you. We'd be happier if we didn't say, I don't, if we could say, "I don't know" more often. So let's begin by just tuning into the body. Maybe letting your eyes gently close or adopt a soft downward gaze so that we're not necessarily dependent on seeing outside of ourselves, but are able to turn inward and tune into just the sense of the body now sitting. And as you make any last minute adjustments to your posture, to the arrangement of the furniture of your bones, then see if it's possible to just let the body be and begin to feel perhaps the support at your back or the contact of your bottom with the seat you've taken, the connection of your legs and feet to the ground below, whether they're tucked underneath you or the soles of the feet resting on something like the floor. Simply turning toward the sensation of being held easily by gravity. Noticing that it's not a lot of work to stay seated. And can you let go into the support of the earth below? And we might scan through the body quickly, maybe starting at the head and the face, seeing what sensations are present here. Feeling our way into the neck and throat. Being willing to meet this body as it is right now. Across the shoulders and upper back, the chest. Feeling the arms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. Feeling what the hands are touching and what's touching the hands. Sensing into the torso, the ribs, the lungs, the heart, the middle of the torso, the lower half with the belly, the lower back, the pelvis. Willing to receive these sensations, whatever they might be. Seeing if you can befriend the body, noticing where you might be fighting with what you're feeling and letting go around it. Being curious. Surrender and learn, as Ruth Gordon said. So surrendering to the way it is and learning about the body in this way. Perhaps letting go around the groin, the pelvic floor, the hip joints. Letting the legs relax, feeling how it is in the thighs, the knees, the shins and calves. Ankles, feet, toes. Can you sense the space between the toes? Perhaps just appreciating the mind's ability, our ability to focus attention in very small places, like the toes, or with a wider awareness, perhaps now just expanding awareness to take in your whole body sitting, simply sitting at rest. And as you sit and feel the body, feeling the movement of the breath now. Not thinking about breathing, but really feeling as the body breathes in and breathes out. A little expansion, a little lift on the in-breath. And a release and a dropping back down on the out-breath. And again, willing to receive these sensations as they come and go. No need to direct or hold or manage the breath in any way, but trusting this body to breathe as it needs, moment by moment. And simply resting the attention on this coming and going, this rising and falling in the body that we call breathing. Each breath, a little wave, a little ripple. Each breath new, never breathed before. And in this way, bringing a fresh, curious interest to the breath. And as you rest the attention on your breathing body, knowing whether you're breathing in a long, slow breath or a shorter, choppy breath, however it is, can it be okay? And when the mind wanders off and you recognize that you're not attending to breathing or the body, that you've maybe hopped on a little thought train, maybe gone for a little ride in the mind, that's okay too. As the lovely and wonderful Sharon Salzberg says, the healing is in the return. So when you notice that the mind has wandered off, no problem. Simply return to feeling if you're breathing in or breathing out. Beginning again. Each time we start over and begin again, we strengthen our mindful capacity. We're literally remembering this breathing body. And can it be a relief to set everything else aside for a few minutes with nothing else to do but be here now, embodied and interested in the flow of life, moment to moment? If you feel that awareness has stabilized and you'd like to choose a different object for your attention other than the breath, that's fine. We're not attending to the breath because it's anything magical or special. It's just always happening. And so as we show up for ourselves in the here and now, it's an easy thing to stay connected to. Easier perhaps than thinking or something less embodied. So bringing your attention back to the breathing body whenever necessary. But if it works for you to have a more choiceless awareness or focus your attention elsewhere, that's okay. When the mind wanders and you bring it back to the present moment, you might notice if there's an emotional component or a sense of pleasantness or unpleasantness. And know that as well as you begin again. We'll continue in silence for a few minutes. And we'll just do our best and let that be good enough. And as we bring this time of practice to a close, tuning back in to the body, the way it is, how it feels, what it might be saying to you today. And if your eyes are closed, you can open them, lift your gaze, and we'll bring this meditation to an end for today. Thank you for your practice. It's always nice to have people to practice with.